Welcome back to Ranma Half Anime Review, Part 23. This is where I'm reviewing the last 9 episodes of Season 7. Now, before I talk about these episodes, I was thinking on the way home about if I was going to do Season 3 and 4 to finish Season 7. I decided not immediately, no. I figured, though, the franchise, I'm almost done with it anyways, because with finishing the season up, all that's left is just the 12 VAs, the 2 specials, and the films. I figure, though, I don't want to wait too long to do those, so I'm going to do them, and then go back to Ruby to do 5 straight seasons, because I think doing like one season back and forth is kind of stupid. So, get one franchise done first, and then worry about the other one. Okay, but don't worry, Ruby's going to come back. Now, as for these episodes, okay, the first one is, if I can get the proper thing here, here we go, Gazenkugi's Summer Affair. Yes, Gazenkugi. This by far is technically his last appearance in the main anime. I don't know if he appears in OVAs because I only watched the first one. Yeah. He meets a ghost who he instantly falls in love with, but basically, Ghost is only here for like one day, and in case you're wondering, is this a filler episode? Oh, yes, it is. It's a filler. Yep. Filler. Yep, you can't many episodes. Basically, just like I'd say there's only about just a few. There's only like 2, if I can get to it, like only 4. Yeah, 4 canon episodes out of 9. So we got 5 filler and 4 canon episodes. Yes, in case you wanted this to filler episode. The episode itself is pretty decent for what it is, and Gazenkugi falling for somebody who's not Akane. Good. Of course, he gets beat up by Ranma at the end for peeping on Akane again. This is the second time he's done in this series, and don't worry, it's his last because it's period again. Next up is a 2-parter. Bring it on! Love as a Cheerleader. Yes, the first of 2 2-parters. Yeah, apparently throughout the later half of the series, they really like doing these 2-parters like this, where it's not like where basically like a continuous episode, like one, like you can see this is part 1, this is part 2. This episode, yeah, it's basically this. We get introduced to, in this episode, a cheerleader whose specialty is martial arts cheerleading. Basically, cheering on the man you're in love with. Yep. And Ranma gets into a feud with her. Yeah, and here's the thing. She meets Kudo in the most bizarre way I have ever seen 2 characters meet. Yeah, Kudo gets shot up in the air by Ranma, one of the recurring gags of the series, and he lands on top of her head. And then she instantly falls in love with him right on sight. And then before he leaves, he has like, "What's your name?" And he says, "Tatsuwari Kuno, captain of the Kendo team, age 17. I'm glad he didn't say Blue Thunder of freaking high, because that's usually been a common thing that he's been saying since the start of the series. But putting his age after his title is actually quite different for his introduction. And here's something about this character. This character is a complete ripoff of his sister, Kadachi. The only difference is she's not obsessed with Ranma. She's obsessed with Kudo. And she has something in common with Boa Hancock for One Piece. She has, and of course Kadachi's done this too, where she has a giant poster of the man she's in love with on her bedroom wall. Yes, Boa Hancock does this in One Piece, and Kadachi does this though. One of her posters was destroyed by her brother. Yep, and basically they fight. Yeah, how she gets introduced is one of the most strangest things I've ever seen. Okay, so apparently she knocks out the volleyball team. Akane goes to talk to her about it, and for some reason, despite the fact that Akane's left the field and the whole team is unconscious, the referee doesn't stop the match. Yes, this referee for volleyball is really stupid. Like, okay, so the only player who's not knocked out is talking to a cheerleader, and you don't stop the match. You don't call disqualification on the fact that You could have basically thrown this. You could have stopped this volleyball match. No, you had to keep going. Have to basically get like an easy forfeit. Like this. Like I have played volleyball before, but last time I checked, you need players actually conscious in order to play this damn game. And yet, all this team except for Connie are conscious, and yet the referee just lets this go. My gosh, this is so freaking stupid. And the fact how these girls get knocked out with freaking batons. I'm thinking batons. Is this martial arts gymnastics or is this cheerleading? Yeah, apparently they're too similar somehow. Yep. So eventually they kind of do this thing again where they kind of challenge Ranma and his girlfriend challenges the cheerleader. I think his name Marco. Yeah, this is the only time she appears in the main series. I think she returns for the OVA. I'm not really sure. Yeah. And it appears as though possibly her feelings for Kuno are genuine. Doesn't really go anywhere because she doesn't appear for the rest of the series. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, is this two-parter canon? Oh yes it is. It's... Okay. Yeah, so... she pretty much gets defeated. And Kudo... Now here's kind of the strange thing about this particular two-parter. In part 2, Ranma unintentionally confesses feelings for Akane in this two-parter. Yes, unintentionally. And the reason why she was fighting because over Akane. Yep. It's interesting, to say the least. The episode coming after that is my favorite one of this one. The Battle from His Beachside, where it features all the suitors along with Kudo. Yeah, he's in the episode. I believe, no, Moose is actually not in this one. We do see a return of the Ghost Cat. Yeah, he makes a return, which I'm kind of surprised about that. Along with Tobashia. Yes, the guy who basically dresses up as a girl. Yeah, he returns, first time since season 3. Though this is a filler episode. And it's kind of interesting though, this character is canon, and yet this is his second appearance ever in the entire series. Now here's the thing, the last time he showed up in the series... Like, one of the most interesting things happened in the episode, his debut appearance, was that Connie opens up Uko's shirt to show off her breast. Though she's basically, because there's a strange thing, basically, that sometimes Japanese people do, where they wrap like a bandage, like women would wrap like a bandage around their breast to hide it. Yeah. And, like, one of the most strangest things that happened in this episode, I mean, it's usual thing of Uko, Kadachi, and Shampoo chasing after Ranma along with Akane. But we also have Kasumi being hit on by a bunch of guys once she stepped foot out of the changing room into her very revealing bikini. And she's completely oblivious to it. She's like, man, why were all these guys asking me out for? Maybe because of you're beautiful, Kasumi, and yet nobody bothers to tell her about this. It's one of the most strangest things. And then the B comes up with the most ingenious idea. Let's have a swimsuit competition. So we have Akane. We have all 4 fiancés. We have Ranma's all 4 fiancés. Ranma is girl form. And Tobashia basically dressed up as a girl, obviously. How he's introduced in this episode is almost strange because he has this recurring gag where he hides in a freaking mailbox. And he's like hopping around. And somehow the Ghost Cat shows up. How the heck the Ghost Cat even got here is completely, like, never explained. And apparently Uko's got a food cart there. And oh yeah, Moose is here. Ryoga is nowhere to be seen. Actually, I think he pops up briefly in the episode, but yeah, and here's the thing. Do you know who wins this bikini contest? Kasumi! Because everybody votes for Kasumi because she's smoking hot. I mean, not Shampoo, not Kadachi. Kadachi basically got the least votes because she kept throwing guys around with her ribbon thing. And she has even more revealing swimsuit than Kasumi does, and yet Kadachi lost. Yeah. But this episode is so hilarious, and I love it. I love each episode. And this is the 3rd one they have for the series. Though, only one of them is actually a canon one. The other 2 are filler. Yeah. But this one is a pure fun one, and I love it. It kind of reminds me of the beach episode from Bleach. That's what this episode kind of reminds me of. Seeing all the female characters in these very revealing bikinis. Yeah, great. Next we have the musical instruments of destruction. Yep, and this episode is notorious for, well, basically noteworthy for being the last appearance in the main series of Principal Kudo. And is this a filler episode? Yes, it's a filler. Yep, surprisingly, this is his last appearance in the series, surprisingly. Yep. Yeah, apparently both Kudo and Kadachi found these magical instruments. Now, one of the instruments, I've seen this separate instrument also on Demon Slayer, this bongo drum, which apparently if you beat it, it causes a lot of wreckage. And Kudo beats it in the school and causes lots of property damage. By the way, does he pay for this by the end of it? Nope. It's completely ignored because it's a filler episode. And the principal surprisingly doesn't do anything to Ranma this whole episode. And this is the second time he's ever interacted with his daughter in the series. Though here's kind of the thing. Unlike with Kudo, his relationship with his daughter is actually a lot more stable and a lot more better. Yes. This was an interesting standalone episode. And surprisingly, this is Kodachi's last appearance in the series as well. Because she doesn't appear in all the remaining episodes of the series. But it's a pretty good episode. Next up, the ninja dog is black and white. Ryoga appears for this one. Yep, Ryoga. And here's kind of the interesting thing. This episode is Ryoga's last appearance in the series. Yeah, Ryoga. Surprisingly. Yeah, his last appearance in the series. And he comes across a black and white dog. How the heck dog is like this is never explained. And apparently this dog is a ninja dog. Because of course it is. Yeah, because ninjas love having dogs. And somehow his love letter to Akane gets sent to Akane without him signing. He just forgot to sign it. And then Akane's response back to the person, to this mysterious, to anonymous, like, I'm in love with somebody else. And Ryoga thinks it's him, but it's actually Ranma. She's in love with Ranma. But she apparently won't reveal her feelings for him because she's too stubborn. Yep. Out of all the episodes in the episode series, this one is by far the weakest one of the entire series. And it's also Suzuki's last appearance in the series, surprisingly. Next we have the Tendo Dragon Legend. And this episode is also the last appearance of Dr. Tofu. Yep. Seems like these last episodes seems like the last appearance in the series of certain characters. Yeah, Dr. Tofu. This is his only appearance in season 7. And it's a filler. In the manga, he stopped appearing way back in a particular canon arc. Yeah, which was like a while ago. Yeah, that was his last appearance in the series, surprisingly. And he gets invited over to the Nintendo house. First time in the series he's ever been there that I could think of. And there's like a hurricane popping in. And he has to, he's asked to say, okay, fine. And he uses his usual self whenever Kasumi is around, where his glasses fog up and he acts completely irrational. Yep. But it's a fun little episode, but it's also a turn to the Frog Hermit. Yeah, that's a minor thing in this episode. But this episode is a lot better than the Frog Hermit's last appearance in the series. Yeah, that was freaking terrible. This one is actually slightly better. As for the final couple episodes of the series, Ranma meets his mom. This by far is an interesting two-parter. Yeah, Ranma meets his mom for the first time ever in the series. And this is something quite strange though. His mother has never been mentioned prior to this. All of a sudden, okay, let's have his beautiful mother make an appearance in the series. By the way, Genta married this woman. And yeah, apparently he may have promised to her years prior. It's like, I'll make a man out of him. If I don't, I'll commit Shinpak-to. Wow. Kind of a stupid promise. And this basically starts a recurring gag that basically pops a couple times in the manga, where Ranma really meets his mother in his guy form, but can't because of his father. This starts it. But we can't go any further with this because this is the final episodes of the series, surprisingly. Yes, in case you're wondering, does Ranma's mom pop up with the OVAs? I don't think she does, no. But she pops up a few arcs in the series, and she does eventually accept, now from what I read in the manga, she does eventually accept Ranma's curse. And she eventually moves in with the Tendos for the remainder of the series. Here, it's like, this is her only appearance in the anime because Because this is where the series ended. I'm not really sure why the series ended after 7 seasons. There was still a lot of the manga they could have adapted. But no, we have to end the series right here. Maybe they cut up to the series too quickly. Okay, if they cut up to the series too quickly, then why'd you skip over all the chapters you already adapted? So you skip over the chapters you from the series you haven't adapted. Why'd you skip over those for? I don't know. But in the case of Season 7 overall, 7 itself basically, all I like seasons whip when it comes to adapting stuff. This season basically is the first and only one to do this, where it adapts from straight from 202 to 229. This way it gets adapts out of order, but yes, 28 chapters over the course of 25 episodes. Though out of 25 episodes, only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only 11 episodes. Roughly close to half of the episodes for Season 7 are canon episodes, all the rest are filler. I did like the fact they actually increased the number of canon episodes for Season 7, but why stop? But luckily enough, we have the OVAs to continue adapting the manga, though they don't go very far with it. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for about 3 more videos. I'm hoping I do say a Comic Corner, our review of the newest episode of Black Clover, along with the the manga, and a Ranma review, where I review the first 6 OVAs of 12. Yep. But in the case of this particular season overall, this was a very... this season had a rough start, and it had like a handful of really bad episodes. But luckily enough that, for the set I've reviewed, once you get past I would say the only really bad episode of this bunch is... The only one that's not all that good is Bringing On Love as a Cheerleader. Okay, that's the only one, but the only other thing, probably not the most interesting one, is the Ninja Dog one. Yeah. So until we see you on the next video, which will be a Comic Corner soon. Bye.